So, Adam, tell everybody who you are, and then we're going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters for the next 24 hours.
Love it. I am Adam Korenman. I'm a writer, director, and voice actor living in Los Angeles. You can follow me on the socials at Officer Mancorn, Mankorn. I am a character here on the Tales of the Forgotten audio fiction network. I have been in numerous shows, but I'm known as Space Daddy because of Legacy, Star Wars Tale, which was still near and dear to my heart. I am also in was in The Last Stand. I'm into all of these different TTRPGs that we're rolling on right now, and I have. I can't really tell you which one, but I just got booked in another video game.
Yay! Oh my god, I'm so happy for
Yeah,
you.
I
Okay.
gotta just vague book it for now, but I am
Yeah.
very excited. I'm going to be playing a variety of NPCs, so no leads. You're just gonna have to listen for my nonsense in different accents.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I love this for you, and I can't wait for you to be a romanceable lead in a video game. I can't.
I should stress one. I think I might be in a different video game, but we'll talk about that one off recording. I should tell everybody watching, none of that would be possible without these lovely people here. This is where I got my start in voice acting, and this launched everything else.
I love this. I love it. Oh, just such feel good. Such feel good.
Don't
Uh,
make me
I
perform. Stop.
know, I know, I
Stop.
know. Stop it. Adam also got to play Green Arrow in Mortalverse audio dramas. Shout out to Matt, who's
Yep.
hanging out in chat. Uh,
Woohoo!
yeah. Matt, if you want to talk about K-pop drama with us, K-pop Demon Hunters, I'll let you talk. I'll give you talkie privileges. So if you wanna be a voice on this, you just let me know and I'll give you permission. Otherwise, you have to just be in chat.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is hilarious. I love that we talked about Alien Earth, which couldn't be farther away from fucking K-pop Demon Hunters. So I want to
Mhm.
do two quick things. So the first thing I
Yeah.
want to do is talk about how I am completely oblivious to what is going on in the world sometimes. I really am. I had no idea that there was a K-pop phenomenon going on in the fucking world. Okay, I've listened to 3 K-pop songs. Okay, I didn't know that there was a sudden like fascination with like K dramas. I did not know about. I am like late as fuck to that party. I did not know fuck all about it. Still haven't seen Squid Games. Haven't seen Parasite. It's all on my fucking list. Like I've listened to literally like 3 K-pop songs, and it's because I heard Deep Voice Felix on somebody's TikTok, and I was like, I'm a whore for deep voices. And so I was just like, oh, excuse me, sir. And then I listened to a couple, like, that's it. So that's all I know about K-pop. But I just did want it. Now that K-pop Demon Hunters has become so beloved and so well known, and because I deeply love and admire a good friend of mine, JV, who is really into the music industry, and helped shoot me down a rabbit hole of some of the problems that he has with the K-pop industry in general. I want to reiterate, I think it is unfair to talk about how special this movie is while not saying that if you are a fan of K-pop, then you need to listen to Black fans and Black creators when they talk about their issues with the industry. Open your fucking ears and listen, please, because I educated myself about it in a couple of, thanks to my lovely wife who is in the know, and a bunch of YouTube videos. I got pretty educated in about an hour about what was going on. And so I think when we talk about,
It don't take long.
yeah, it really doesn't take long. When we talk about, how amazing this movie is, and this movie should get all the flowers and all the attention it does, but we also need to talk about the prevalent racism that happens in the K-pop industry and the culture appropriation and all of that. So educate yourself, listen to Black fans and Black creators when they try to educate you. We can still enjoy the thing while also giving props to where something came from. That's something that is so important to me as an artist to it not in, I'm not in music, but to recognize everybody who came before you and the backs that you are stepping on in order to get where you got to, the things that you borrow from. A lot of our shows are love letters to things that I love and appreciate about film and movies and all that kind of stuff. So let's just make sure that we all are aware of that, and that is in the back of our minds when we're giving this movie the love that it deserves. So that was just the first caveat that I wanted to throw up there.
100%. If some of you listening or watching or vibing
Mm-hmm.
don't know, uh, Black American culture and Korean culture are intrinsically tied. During the Korean War, Black American GIs introduced the concept of fried chicken to Korean citizens. They did not have turkey for Thanksgiving, so they took chickens, and because they didn't have ovens, they deep fried them because that was the easiest thing for them to do. And then they, found whatever seasonings that they could or had brought with them for their own chow halls. And they started like working with the South Koreans that were fighting with them to make different meals. Koreans fell in love with Black American food, and it is part of what created Korean fried chicken, which, if you've never had Korean fried chicken, it is delicious. It is crispy. It is gorgeously seasoned. It is very spicy because they use gochujang and all sorts of different things. But a lot of it, a lot of this culture that you get to see around the world is inspired by another culture. Sometimes in a malevolent way, sometimes in an homagic way. So it's always important to know where things came from. Who is the people that found these ideas or use these ideas for comfort in times of strife, and to honor it in every way that you can. So it's okay to enjoy things, but always learn more about them. Education's not going to make you sad. It's going to make you happy that you got to learn more.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Babe, I know you know more about this. Anything you want to add? My wife's always in the know. Always.
Hmm.
I mean, both of you pretty much covered it, but I also think like there are and I'm really bad with names because I'm not really in the in a lot of Korean circles. Um, but there are a lot of groups like K-pop idols and actors that are actually doing better jobs in like showing appreciation and not appropriation and being a lot more responsible with like their influences and this way that they have. So I would urge you to go seek out those groups who are actively doing that and being better instead of staying with some known offenders. So definitely find those groups, and I don't know their names. I'm so sorry, but there are plenty of them there. So definitely show support to them and support their work.
100%. 100%.
Hmm.
All right. Now that we got the serious
Hmm.
stuff out of the way, let's talk about why is this
Yeah.
movie so fucking good, though?
It's so
Okay.
good.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna throw.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw something out
Okay.
right up at the top.
Okay.
What is your all right? First, are you a fan outside of the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your favorite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Or I would say, what is an episode that's in like your top 5 that you feel when you watched this?
Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. When Angel left. When Angel left Buffy.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a really good episode.
I'm
I'm gonna say
struggling
season.
because
I think
it's
that's
been
the end of
so
season
long.
Yeah,
3.
it's been like it's been like 20 years since I need to
It's
have
been
like a
so
Buffy
long.
marathon, especially because now
Mhm.
we're getting a
Yeah.
reboot. I've got to watch all of Buffy
Look,
again.
it's
There's a
not. It's,
reboot?
it's a sequel.
It's
It's
a
a sequel,
sequel.
and Sarah Michelle
Technically, it's a
Gellar's gonna
Holy
be
sequel.
in
shit.
it.
Yeah.
And like they're basically like taking the IP back to
Mm-hmm.
other people, and I mean,
Right.
someone is still gonna get a paycheck, but
Fuck him.
such is the way of things.
Right.
Yeah, there's only so much that you can do.
Yeah.
But no, very excited. What about you, Hannah?
It's been so long since I've seen them, so I'm really blanking on episodes. But I do remember when Angel left, so I'm gonna have to say that one too because it's been
Mhm.
so long.
Just hits you right in the feels, man.
See, for me, I fell in love with the show immediately because it had kung fu, and then it didn't hit me until many years later that there was other things that I was falling in love with. But for me, the one that I constantly come back to is Once More with Feeling, the musical episode.
I love
As
this.
somebody who is
Okay.
deeply steeped in
That
musical
was a
theater,
great
it
episode, though.
it connected with me in a lot of levels. Now, I want you to just think, if I'm talking about K-pop Demon Hunter or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it is a chosen fighter of demonic entities, once in a generation, tasked with this, important mission. And in this instance, their voice is the most powerful tool that they have. And actually, that would be the episode Hush, but still kind of works in with its sister episode, Once More with Feeling. K-pop Demon Hunters reminded me so much of Buffy, but all the good parts. And not to say that it was in any way borrowing. It was
Sure.
its own entity, it's its own thing, but it was a familiar feeling of this incredible lore that we're dropped into, and immediately you're like, "I'm on board. Let's go." Yes. And they sing, and that creates the Han Moon, and that stops the demons. Yes, 100%. This was from the jump, I was sold on this.
You know, so by the way, anybody listening to this, if for whatever reason you have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, turn this off, go watch it, then come back because we're gonna do a lot of spoilers. I'm not even gonna try to hide it. We loved it. Go
A
watch
lot.
it. The hype is real. It's literally fucking real. You will love this shit. Um, so for me with this, I remember, just randomly hearing about it because again, I'm literally busy with fucking life. I'm not don't so busy with fucking life, and found it like I heard like a couple bars I think of Golden on somebody's TikTok, and my little dopamine brain went, I like this. And then I found out it was from K-pop Demon Hunters, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna watch it. Like, why not? We'll put it on one night. And then Hannah and I watched it 2 nights ago, and we were just like, the first 30 seconds of it, the moment I met them, I was like, I love them. They were so likable from fucking Jump Street. I was like,
Mhm.
I am in this. And then the whole movie just carries that and it never lets you down. And then all of a sudden I'm realizing not only am I watching a musical, but I'm like, oh my God, this is a movie about shadow work, about generational trauma, about shame, about healing all that with these incredibly likable characters. And I'm just like, bruh. And it's all so masterfully done in the music lyrics, in the dialogue, in the scenes, in what it chooses to focus on with the animation. I'm just like, this is like a literal masterclass of like animation and just storytelling in general. And I was just like, how do we get more of this? This is incredible.
I don't
There's
know, but I love this era of fucking musicals, man. It's so good.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There is something. So we've been watching a ton of React videos. Basically, my wife and I, we watched this once and went, "Oh, so this is our personality for the next year, right?" Yeah,
Right.
okay. So
Yeah.
we've seen this movie 6 times. We've been watching React videos to understand the animation tricks, the vocal tricks. There are things hidden in the way the music is written besides the lyrics, just the tonality of the music, I don't even know the proper words to use, but because this chord is here and this chord is here
Yes,
and
I
this
know
chord
what
is
you're
here, it
talking
means
about.
something.
Yes, I know what you're talking. I
Like,
watched one of those too.
Yes.
so yeah, like, I mean, yes, everybody knows at the end of the movie, Deus Rey is there, and that's the Jaws theme, not to mention, a Gregorian chant that has a historical relevance and has been used in music
Didn't know
theory
that.
since the dawn of freaking music
Didn't know
theory.
that till you just said it just
Yeah.
now. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Okay.
But it's like all of this stuff, all of this care that was put into it. It's one of those rare movies where everybody involved got it. Everyone
Yes.
knew what they were doing, with the exception of, I think, a couple of the actors who, hey, as a voice actor, sometimes you're in a booth for 2 hours and you're like, well, that was fun. And then a little while later, you see it and you're like, oh my God, this is awesome. That's me. And everyone was so passionate about this, and it
Yes.
shows in every pore of this movie. You feel something, and it connects to so many people, which is why it is the number one thing in the world right now.
I don't even know because there's so much about this that we need to dive into. I'm just sitting here like where do we even start? So I'm just gonna say that I know that they're making a sequel now, which is incredible.
Mhm.
Can't wait for this. I'm very much looking forward to the sequel because this movie to me was very much Rumi's story. And that is okay. I don't mind that at all. This was very, I feel like she is the main character of this story. And I cannot wait to learn more about her two homegirls. Like, I need this so much. There is so much
Mhm.
more I need to happen in the
There
second
there
one.
is there's a lot of things that they did within, and I don't know how familiar, or you said at the beginning you're not as familiar with like the K-pop culture and everything else.
Mhm.
My wife is obsessed. Just straight up. My wife makes her own kimchi. My wife is Hungarian American and she makes her own kimchi. That is the level of obsession with Korean culture she is diving into.
Okay.
Is it any good? We have been told it's not bad. So we're
All
pretty
right.
pumped at that.
Hell yeah.
But all that to say, she is very dialed in. I have been to a Suga concert. I've been to an ATEEZ concert. I've been to a Stray Kids concert. Those of you who know K-pop are like, and otherwise you're going, who? And that's okay. Uh, but with all that said, this really captured not just Korean culture, which I can't speak to as well, but K-pop culture. I have been steeped in that for several years, and this felt like it was holding up a lens to not only what's great about it, but also the problem that it has, the parasocial issues that fans sometimes have with their stars, which Rumi and Zoe and Mira were showing, but also the Saja boys were showcasing toxic fan behavior in their own way.
Right.
That's part of why they were demons. They were luring in the worst behaviors because that's how they were going to get, all their fingers in it or all their claws in. So
Right.
it's such a great exploration at every angle. You can learn something from this movie, which is super fun.
It's oh, I love. And you know what I love about it too, because you just said all that, because I watched a couple of videos about all the amazing Korean culture references. People should go and watch those videos because I love when those details are thrown in movies. Because I feel like this movie catered so well to, like you said, Adam, K-pop fans, but then also Korea and its culture and its people. So there's so much, there's depth and layers there that people can. I don't fuck all about either one of those things, and I'm just like, oh, but there's so much more here for me. So for
Mhm.
anybody just like, just jumping into this, just someone who just, wanted to watch an anime and likes musicals, I'm not left wanting anything. Now I just want to know more about, Korean culture and all the little, like, the details they had to the demons and the way they looked and all these other little shout outs and little details that they put into this. I'm like, I want to learn more about that now. Fucking A. But the levels to storytelling that were happening as a storyteller, I was like, the lyrics and how smartly they are written versus the Saja boys versus the Huntrix
Hmm.
Well,
makes
let's
me
let's start with
mad with the genius.
from the big picture perspective. Before even diving into the minutia of it, you are tasked with representing a pop band in one of the most popular styles of the era, and they need to sound like they are a global phenomenon. So you have to write songs that are that good-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's already a huge challenge. Think about Coco. And Coco, there is the song Remember Me, which is supposed to be this huge emotionally resonant song. And if they drop the ball on that, well, we've seen other musicals where the big number doesn't really land. It's supposed to be showcasing something epic and it doesn't. This movie only has a couple of songs in it. Each one of them is a banger. Soda Pop is supposed to be the demon's catchiest song that lures in humans so they can eat their souls. And you know what? It's damn catchy. All of these songs are so good just on their own. And then as Crystal says, when you start listening to the lyrics, it's not just good musical theater where you're telling your characters emotions, but you're telling your characters emotions while still sounding like a pop song, while still having a double triple meaning because the takedown song is also you taking yourself down, which is why it can be used twice. Like, come on, it's so much going on in it.
How though? How did you make every fucking song a banger?
It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm currently working with an incredible music director on a musical, and it's hard work.
Right.
Just to get one song that everyone can agree on is like, okay, I like it. But to get these types of songs with all of this crazy harmony, because I mean, the harmonies are unbelievable in this movie. There is a term for when a harmony makes you feel an emotional feeling. I don't know what it is. I just know that there is one, and I felt it every moment of this movie.
It's true. I don't know what that word is either, but I've seen it. So.
No, no, that's real. Hang on, let me make sure. Matt, can you talk now? Can we hear you? You might have to leave and come back out. Just so you know, so you can join us on this love fest that we're you know what, it makes so this movie makes me want to do two things. One, it makes me want to learn how to sing so I can just belt all these out and not sound like a dead cat. But then two, I wish I studied music theory because hilariously I watched, I think, one of the TikToks, one of the reaction videos that you were probably watching, Adam, where somebody was asking, they're like, it was the last song, the name is escaping me, but it was the very last song, and they were talking, and she was like, why is this song like making me so happy in my brain? And somebody responded in TikTok, and it's like a six-part message, and they were going in depth about the chords and this, and it was just like, oh, it's deep like that.
So the final song, this is what it sounds like. It's not just amazing harmony, which it absolutely is. It's not just a good, catchy, thumpy beat. The way that the chord structure is, and I'm just repeating something I heard from a YouTube video at this point, but it is it is non-resolving, which is basically it's a rising melodic structure that never reaches essentially the apex of the chord, so that it always feels like there's more coming, and that's what pulls you into that moment, which is kind of related to pulling all of these people out of the spell that Gima had them under,
Right.
and pulling their voices into the Hanmoon, because I think it's not just about the three singers, the three hunters saving the world. It's about getting the world to save itself.
Right.
And it's about pulling you into this moment so you, the audience, are just as involved as everyone in all the characters.
It's so brilliantly done in the end too. Like my god, it's like watching Simone Biles do her thing. Like you know that you're watching something literally incredible and like she's literally defying gravity, but because like you're not in that gymnast space or just a physicist, you don't understand the magnificence that you're watching on like that technical level. And that's what you feel like when you're like watching this movie and you're like listening, you're like this is so good in my ears.
I mean,
And
look, if you want to talk Simone Biles, I'll add another hour onto this podcast.
That's fine. Yeah, no, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. Go ahead, babe.
Mm, mm.
And I love it when they hide stuff and they big hide stuff because even in the very, very, very beginning, right, where you're getting a little bit of lore into the world and everything, you hear a score in the background and it's lyrical, but it's all in Korean. It's not in English. But I found a video talking about what it was basically, and when you translate it, it's basically telling you what the future solution is to their problem in the film because I can't remember all of the lyrics, but I think the first part is "How can you do this alone?" and then the last note is the same note for "golden," or "This is what it sounds like." Rather,
Did you hear in this is what it sounds like when the chorus comes back in and they're chanting, "This is what it sounds like," and they start going, "Ah." They're vocalizing Golden. They're vocalizing Golden in the song they couldn't write because it required everyone coming in. Just one of those things that these writers did to be like, "Hey, have you cried enough? Not yet." Wham!
no, I was fucked up our second viewing because we literally just watched it before getting on stream, and during the argument between Rumi and Celine. During their argument, you can hear it. I didn't notice it on the first viewing, but you can hear baby Rumi singing during their argument over top of it. I'm just like, what the fuck?
You know, I'm just gonna dive right into the trauma and the generational trauma part of it, and then we'll get Matt to come in and tell us why he loves it because I love that Matt loved it too. And there is a we watched it the first time I watched it I was like, oh god, this is hurting my inner child. And then we watched it the second time, right? And literally it's like, oh god, there's a sob stuck in my chest, and tomorrow, like while I'm in the grocery store, I'm probably just gonna start crying because then it's gonna come out. And this is the realization, like the fucking epiphany that I had. It was, first of all, Selena's like the worst. She's the worst. Like you was the
The
worst.
worst.
If there was a lesson on how not to parent, let's just hold up Celine's picture right there.
Her looking away, couldn't even look
Oh
at
my
Rumi
god, it's
at the end. It's so good.
yes.
So
Didn't even
did you
touch
hear
her
the
face or anything.
did you hear the interview with the writer
No.
who's saying that a lot of Rumi's journey is about bisexuality, about learning about your even beyond just bisexuality, just queer coded,
Right.
learning about what shame you have been told your whole life to live with, that you have to live on one side of the line and only that side of the line.
Right.
And that's part of why the Hanmoon at the end is a rainbow color. It's about learning that sometimes the people who put those walls around you have been the enemy the whole time. Even though in their mind they may have thought they were protecting you, they were making you into the monster they feared.
Oh. That's so real.
But like
That's so real. Because
it's
I was
it's so good.
oh my god! Now I'm gonna be watching like interviews like for 20 hours after we're done talking about this on the podcast. Literally, this could just all be all of our personalities for the next couple of years. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no,
It's my Halloween costume. I don't know which version of Genu I'm gonna be.
yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. But I was realizing, so, Rumi has that incredible fucking heartbreaking moment with Celine. And she's literally like on the edge, right? And then when we see her again, she's back. She's like ready. And I was like, the second time I watched it, I was thinking, I was like, something happened between that moment and this moment. And I was sitting there thinking, and I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, oh fuck, here's what happened. And for me, it was so, and I realized that Rumi was able to fully step into who she was and the acceptance of both those parts of self because she let Celine go. She let that need for that person's acceptance and love go. And she turned to the two people where she was like, you are actually my family. And I can trust you with this. So I'm going to be open and vulnerable and honest with you about how I feel and hope that I am correct in this. And I'm like, and I feel like that's such a powerful lesson in healing that I hope all these little girls and boys that are watching this never understand. Because it was so fucking heartbreaking because in that moment, I understood Rumi because it's like this is the person who is a mother figure to you that is supposed to love you the most. And she did love you, but she couldn't love all of you. She could only love
Mhm.
the parts of you that she thought were acceptable, and the other parts of you that she did not deem were acceptable, you had to push those away. And her
Mhm. You
whole
can't you can't show it to your friends or
right.
anything
You
like
can't
that.
talk about it, and I can't love that part of you. I don't even want to see it. I love you, but not. And this is the figure that is supposed to love you unconditionally. And
Well, it's
the
I
whole
only love part of you. Cover it up.
right, right, or just oh my god, like literal covering it up. You're hiding your shame, and making her be ashamed of a part of her that she doesn't have to be ashamed of, like, at all. It's like a whole other fucking discussion, right? But Rumi is spending like this whole movie trying to live up to that belief. And then finally at the end, she realizes that it's not Celine that's ever going to change. It's her that's got to do this. So in order for her to make this new Han Moon, that's why she's like, if this is what it is, then I'm not trying to strengthen it anymore. And that moment of like that is so fucking heartbreaking to realize that lesson. That's why I said I hope all these little kids never had that lesson, because I know there's way too many adults that may sit that in that moment where that person that can only love you a little bit, you just got to let them go and step into the people that can love you unconditionally, because that's the only way that you're going to heal.
Mhm.
You can't
And
change
when
them.
she says nothing but the truth now, and she starts to speak it a cappella, and that's when her friends hear it. And there's like a glow as she kind of it wraps like a
Mm-hmm.
mini Han Moon around their hearts so they can listen and hear her and they're able to come out of it too.
Go ahead, babe. Oh
You know.
my god. I'm just going to cry later. It's fine.
And I'm gonna add more on top of your point, babe, right? About how what happened between then and now with her like letting Celine go, right?
Mhm.
There's a lot more on top of that too, because I was reading each generation of hunters make a different Han Moon. So Celine was immediately the previous generation of hunters, so that Han Moon was technically hers. So when Rumi says gladly see it destroyed, we'll make a new one, she truly was letting that go in every sense of the word, because that Hallman was technically Celine's.
Oh, so good. It's just like, you know, movies are right. Like say writings that can layer things this well. God, I miss. Like I just,
Mm.
I
you just miss that, because like nothing is forced. Everything just flows and feels so natural and honest. Like the whoever I this is a writer's room. I would have fucking like that guy's kidney. I would have
Mm.
given up so I could have gotten in this writer's room,
Yeah.
because there's just everybody understands. Like they just like the last time I felt like somebody really fucking got it when it comes to these sensitive topics. It literally was Stranger Things, hilariously, and it was when 11 says goodbye. Because I don't, slight spoilers for people, but there's a scene in last season's, I don't remember what fuck season, Stranger Things, where her father, quote unquote, adopted father, who's been doing a lot of, emotional abuse to her over the years, and like experiments, physical abuse too, because what the fuck, bro, And he's laying there and he's fucked up and he's literally looking up at her and he's like, "Come on, you have to forgive me." And she looks at him and she just says goodbye and she walks away. And I was like, "Oh God, whoever wrote that got it too." And now I'm in the
Mhm.
bathroom fucking sobbing. Thanks, thanks.
We were.
There's a common adage that I think all of us here, most I would say everybody who's watching this probably understands or I've heard before. It's write what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean only write stories of your life, but it's write the emotional truth that you've experienced. Because there are people who've experienced it too. And when you put something like that out there, you never know who's going to connect to it. You never know whose light bulb is going to get clicked on because you put something that is so meaningful to you into the world.
Right.
And I think that there's so many moments in this, even like, yes, the Rumi Mira Zoe storylines. I want to explore a lot more of Zoe and Mira in two
Yes.
and three,
Yes.
because this very much was building the Han Moon was Rumi's mission, and it was her
Right.
discovery of herself and acceptance of herself that allowed it to finally be completed. So now we've got to see what happens next. But then you've got from the other side of things, from Ginu's perspective of how does he learn to forgive himself, holding on to pain and hatred, not just of himself, but of people he points fingers at in every direction, allowing him to hurt people because of that anger and hole inside of him. And it takes, and I know that there's a lot of people who ship, Rumi and Ginu in a more romantic way,
Mm-hmm.
but I really like that they didn't let it go to that level. That
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't like a sweet kiss at the end.
Right.
I know that a lot of people are sad about that, but having it be even a charged platonic friendship between Mask and Femme characters is so important. And that song Free, where the two of them both hiding so much from the people closest to them, are only able to share it with each other
Mm-hmm.
and finally speak truth to themselves in that moment of, if we could just let go of these things, if we could face them, what would it allow us to become?
Right.
And then in the end, they're able to.
That's so fucking huge. And I said this to Hannah as well, is that not a lot of times when there tends to be a redemption arc for a mass character like this, it pisses me off. And it normally pisses me off because it's lazily done or it's not done or they don't lean into like who the character is, right? But Genu was so well done, just so because when we first meet him, he's what you expect, right? He's the demon, he's this, that, and the other. And then but the more I learn about him, the more I'm like, oh, there's depth here. And I love how they explored his depth because it wasn't ever corny. Because I think everybody can relate to, if you've got this shame, if there's something that you've done that you don't know how to deal with. Men will do anything but go to therapy. If you don't
Mhm.
if you don't know how to deal with it, then you would want to just not, you would just want the memory gone. You don't want to heal it. That's not even in
Mhm.
your fucking vocabulary. You just don't want to think about it anymore. And listen, everybody can relate to that. Male, female, they, them, fucking alien. Like, we've all got shit that we would just like to pretend never fucking happened. Everybody does, except hopefully not any of these kids. But all us adults, like, we got shit. So you can relate to that a lot. So it was just so powerful, them having their conversations together. And especially when Rumi was like, the more I talk to you about my shame, the less it affected her physically. And that is also so fucking real. And such a, like, in such a simple sentence, such a deep fucking message about shame and what it does to you, and how you literally just have to let it out and talk about it and heal it, because otherwise, it's gonna rob your voice and you're not gonna be able to fix the Han moon, and then we're gonna have demons in the world and we can't have that, y'all.
And I love every time Rumi lies or argues with her friends or dealing with the stress that the animators put lines under her eyes. And then when she's in moments of peace where she doesn't have to lie right now, there's no lines under her eyes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bring into watching a bunch of reaction videos. One thing that has really been heartening for me, and it's really given me that small sliver of hope in a world gone dark. There's so many React videos that are very masculine presences, very, like
Yes.
the gym bro sphere of social media. has really, really resonated with the movie. Some of them just because they watched it with their partner or they watched it with their child and it connected with them and they were like, "Oh, I don't know why this thing is awesome and I got to find out." And they're and some of them like started to really explore for one reason or another and it got to them. It connected with them. There's one that I loved which was this guy going, "I don't know why Free, this song made me cry every time I heard it until I looked at the lyrics and it was like, hope only hurts, so I just forget it. Or between imposter and this monster, I've been lost inside my head." And it's something that immediately resonated with him because as you said, men will do anything except go to therapy. There's a lot of that old school mentality of, bury your feelings because the man is not supposed to show certain types of emotions. And you just have to dig it deep. And that is the pattern exploding out. That is Genu looking in a window and seeing his demonic side, but then looking at how Rumi sees him and seeing the human side. It's when you find somebody who pulls out the light in you
Yes.
and how much you are willing to give up to hold on to that.
100%. 100%. Matt, where you at? What you doing over there?
Yeah, Matt, tell us things about K-pop Demon Hunters or Predators.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Matthew Dawson, creator of the I can say words, creator of the
Mortal fuck.
Mortalverse universe. That's actually really hard to say. Mortalverse
Uh,
universe. Got it.
You can just say moral versus audio dramas. I mean,
It's
The
Mortalverse.
Mattverse.
it's a little easier than Mortal versus Universe.
But it actually isn't. But you made a universe, so I want to give credit to that because you made a whole fucking universe, bro. What do you got, like 8 audio
Yeah.
dramas now?
Pretty
Well,
sick.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What's that?
What do you got, like 8 audio dramas out right now?
Oh, shoot, we got so many. I
Right.
don't even know anymore.
Exactly. So
Don't even.
Matthew Dawson, everybody, aka Varowin.
I'll have you know, though, I was sitting on mute and feeling just utterly intimidated by this conversation because I watched this movie and I was like, I really like this music and this animation's very good. And, like, obviously I got the themes, but, like, you guys are diving in deep. Holy shit. So, I fear I'm not going to have, like, the most, like, insightful insight here. I mean, I only watched it once. It's really good. This movie, it made me feel the same, like, it made me feel like I was watching The Little Mermaid for the first time again. If that makes any sense.
That's
Like,
really
it
No, that's
fucking
legit.
That's
That's
legit.
Yep.
legit. That's legit. Yeah.
like it just harkened back to that golden era of Disney, which I know this isn't Disney, but like
Right.
that feeling I got of like just almost childlike wonder
Yes.
watching this thing. I was just
Yes.
like, wow, this is like what movies can be. Like this is really good and like. And it's like a movie I feel like I could sit down with my kids someday and show
Yes.
and be like, this is a movie, okay? Like,
I like you said that like JV, like this. We've been
Mhm.
hanging out with JV way too fucking long. Like this is fucking cinema.
yeah,
Like Scorsese is watching this going, hell yeah. That was
yeah,
by the way.
absolutely.
No, but you
This
know
ain't
what?
none of that Marvel hippy dippy bullshit.
That's right.
This is
But you know what, Matt? It's one, I love that you didn't like Matt is like adorable little bean. Matt's just like it was a great movie and it made my inner child happy. I love everything for that for you. But that just speaks to how fucking good this movie is though. Because literally it's just like, hey, this is a fantastic movie with amazing music that I want to watch with my kids that made my inner child happy.
Yeah.
The end.
That's more than enough.
That's literally more than enough.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
I feel like it just speaks to how great this fucking movie is that you've got that just perfect base level, and then if you want to go deeper with all these themes, they're there too. And it's just such a hard thing to do.
And
I think
Matthew,
that makes the best kind of movies.
Absolutely.
Like those ones, kind of like what Adam was saying earlier about the Alien franchise, of how a lot of people see those as like, it's just a monster movie, da 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 da.
Right.
But then when he was saying that, I was like kicking and biting my chair because I was like, no, it's about capitalistic greed and making the little man deal with the big guy's problems.
Well, but
Well, like that's
that's
what
a good
Alien is
movie.
too. It's like, yeah, you can watch it and just be like, yeah, it's Jaws in space, or you can watch it and be like, yeah, that Wayland Yutani, that sounds a little bit like Amazon,
Right.
But I mean, if Amazon found a bunch of eggs in a spaceship, they'd ship it overnight.
I honestly, like I was headed ahead of it, like I wonder because like just watching Alien Earth, I wonder like how many days we're close to just some idiot fucking up in a lab, and then I'm gonna wake up one morning and there's gonna be a monster running around my fucking RV. Like I feel like I'm actually kind of like really proud
We're
that
close.
yeah. I feel
we
like
gotta be close.
we at this point we do right. We have to be so
Like,
close.
Okay, this is a huge non sequitur, but I have to at least ask it because the internet won't be happy if I don't. Did anyone watch the new War of the Worlds movie?
I did, Alan. I did.
Because there is, I don't know, an hour and a half long Amazon ad in that hour and 38-minute long movie. Actually, it's not even.
Yeah.
It's like it's 85 minutes, I think. They're in the credits. There's more Amazon ads. It is upsetting to see such things done with with Wells's IP. But it's also everything about that movie is like it's similar to a bad idea that some of my filmmaker friends and I had during the pandemic of, oh, we're gonna make like a thing where we're all grifter vloggers and radio personalities. Like I'll be an Alex Jones type and this will be a Goop type. And then like we accidentally stumble on a real conspiracy and I'm like looking over the footage, oh no, this is just sad. It's the writing's fine, the acting's fine. It's just I don't want to put this into the universe, and then oops, it happens. So,
It's just.
but anyways, yeah, that movie's insane.
Because like Crystal and I technically physically haven't seen it, but Tara and JV at the time were blowing up our shared Discord messages of play-by-plays and screenshots and screaming about this the entire time they were watching it. And then comes Matthew watching it and also is sharing pictures and talking about it. So we technically haven't seen it, but I feel like I have.
It's one of the funniest movies ever made.
I know you can when sometimes when you just have a lot of money, you can just do things. But like nobody said like, hey, this is bad. Maybe just don't make this because there's no point. Like there's like it's got like doesn't it have like a 0 rating on like like 0 like
It's low as
Last
fuck.
I saw, I think it went up to 4%. So like one person liked it.
Okay, got it. It's probably like Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos went on to fucking Rotten Tomato.
Yeah,
like,
Jeff Bezos put in his review.
He literally just went and liked his own fucking movie. I didn't know, and I saw people talking about it on like Blue Sky, and then after y'all watched it, there were more people literally just saying that oh, this was a 90-minute Amazon ad. I was like, oh, that's a choice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Amazon just like because it was a COVID movie. It was made during COVID. That's why the whole thing is people sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
And I think Amazon just thought like, you know what? Amazon Prime Video is basically a trash heap of movies anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just quietly drop it. And then they did. And then it got memed and blew up. I don't think they meant for this to be a hit. I think they really thought he was getting sent to die. And you know what? I'm glad it didn't.
They should have given it the WB treatment because
in an age where they're canceling movies and dumping them in lieu of tax breaks.
Exactly.
Why put this out there?
Yeah.
What was the best case scenario?
Right. That is just in case somebody's like, you know what, bro, if the world ever ends, I'm calling Amazon. Like somebody really thinks that? Maybe. The world's fucking nuts right now, so I wouldn't be surprised.
True.
But anyway, KPop Demon Hunters is amazing.
So KPop Demon Hunters. So what that brings me back to KPop Demon Hunters is that it's a vision of life. Well, actually, talking about like product placement and stuff. K-dramas, if you've never watched a bunch of K-dramas, I've got a list for you, and it starts and ends with Vincenzo. But actually, there's a ton of them that are great. But Vincenzo, it's on Netflix. Everyone should watch it. It may be the best show ever made. It is about a Korean American who is adopted by an Italian family. He ends up the consigliere of an Italian mafia, and then he goes back to Korea to find some lost gold, and ends up like in this crazy, like corporate America or corporate Korea shenaniganery. And there's a psychopath and
There's a
all
lot.
sorts of things.
That's
It's
a
the
lot
funniest,
going on.
amazing thing ever. And my God, everyone needs to watch it because I can't stop talking about it almost as much as K-pop Demon Hunter. But anyways, in K-dramas, there's a lot of product placement. Generally, Subway. Subway has a huge presence in Korea, so they're featured heavily in a lot of their dramas. But also just food in general. There's so many different types of brands of food, of ramen, of ramen, japchae, jjimjillion. I said that horribly, but my wife is giving me a face. But there's a lot of very famous foods, and it almost seems like a George R.R. Martin thing where they'll stop the drama and just focus on everybody eating tteokbokki for a little bit. And it's great, and it makes you want to eat Korean food for a week. And this movie didn't do that as much, but it did still get us. We absolutely went, man, I really could go for some ramen right now.
I also wanted some.
They were eating kimbap. I'm like, I really want kimbap, man.
Oh,
Dude,
that kimbap looks so good.
It looks so fucking good.
every time they had that sushi down there, I was like, motherfucker, no, I want sushi.
We just discovered a new Korean restaurant just opened like 3 minutes away from us, and we tried it last night, and I'm in trouble because it's delicious.
Oh, no.
I don't see it as being a problem. I don't see it as being
No,
a
it's
problem.
not a
now.
problem.
All right,
No problem.
very serious questions. Matt, what's your favorite song from the movie?
Oh,
What's waking up in your brain playing on repeat?
I'm gonna say the one that I've played on repeat the most is Idol, or Your Idol.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so
fucking
good.
It's so good.
good.
It's so good.
So good.
Now the second
And I'm a
best villain
sucker
song.
for a good villain song,
Mhm.
so that one is just like chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Lyrics are so good, so clever.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right,
Feel
babe.
the way my voice gets underneath your skin.
Oh, everything about that is clever. Even Soda Pop, Soda Pop is so cleverly written and clearly for
Mhm.
like the subtext they put in there. Like clearly this is the song the demons would sing. It's so like.
Yeah. It's I want to eat you.
Mhm.
We are telling you what we want. We want to eat you. You refresh us.
Yes, yeah, like literally just saying it right to your face, and you're like, yeah, this sounds great.
That's great.
Like, Soda pop, okay.
I know what we're doing.
Control those shoulders.
Oh, I love them so much. I love the fans. I love how much they love their fans. I love how sweet they all are. All right, Adam, favorite song?
I actually, it's Soda Pop is the one that I go to more often than not because I'll just start doing this and I'm like, yeah, my Soda Pop, and then I'm gonna get my soul eaten.
It's fine. It's fine. We got
Like
you.
I will
Join the
sing all of them at any time, but Idol and Soda Pop are the ones that I'll gravitate to the most.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Babe, favorite song?
I got two,
Okay.
and I'll say this one first because hilariously, I don't even think it has a name. It's just called The Score every time I look it up. But it's that song that plays at the very, very, very beginning when they're giving you the lore. It's the one that's done all in Korean.
Mhm.
Because one, the vocals are so divine. The vocals are incredible, and I love the message it hides in a mostly English speaking movie, but hiding the lyrics in Korean to like give you the resolution for the end. Plus, it just sounds amazing. So that's probably my first one, and then right under it is "This Is What It Sounds Like."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Idol is also so like I just love them all.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
I will also say, actually, Crystal, you go first. Then I have a dark horse.
Oh, I love a dark horse. This Is What It Sounds Like is playing on repeat in my brain right now. Very, very different. Yeah. But now, babe, you got to send me the lyrics to the one that you were talking about because I
yeah.
love sneaky shit.
Mhm.
Send it again. Pin it. I don't know where the fuck it is. We be talking too much, babe. We be talking too much about stuff. I don't know where it is. But yeah, Adam, what's your dark horse?
It is the song in a movie of bangers. There's one they slip in and then go, but we're never gonna finish it. And it's "Will You Let the Fire Go Out." It's the song Jinyu sings as he's walking through the demon realm, playing his sipa. I'm not sure what the instrument is called, and taunting the Demon King. Tiny King on a frozen frozen crown. Will you let the fire go out? It's so good.
I love the little digs that he gives to them. I also didn't realize, like, watching it the second time, I just realized how big the fire got the more the movie went on. Like, I didn't realize when we first started, like, he's so tiny there, and then I was like, oh, look at all this detail. And can't wait to watch it again. Can't wait. I gotta get up to your level, Adam. I've only seen it 2 times so far. Matt, how many times have you watched it?
I've only seen it the once.
Oh, okay.
Get out!
What?
Did you notice?
Let's go. Let's go.
Did you notice that the color of Rumi's weapon changes depending on her mood and the strength of the Hanmoon?
No.
I did not.
Hang on. Oh, okay.
Put it in.
Write a note. See?
Did you know that the tiger and the magpie are based on the Korean folklore of the tiger and the magpie?
That I did know because I
I did know,
educated
yeah.
myself, and I fucking love that he's wearing a little hat. Come on.
I made
I
the
love
hat
their
for the
names.
tiger, but the bird keeps taking it.
I'm mad how likable they made Jinyu, and I think what I love so much, like it all, like I don't know what magic fucking happened in this movie that everything just works. Because even in the end, when he like finally like does the right thing and says, you know, I'm gonna give you my soul, like, you know, 9 times out of 10, don't give me no fucking lines. But me and Pixel were both like, you know what? That's some Bard shit right there. You just rolled a nat 20. You just rolled a nat 20 with that delivery, with that honesty, sir. Look at you having a real hero arc right now.
It's like,
He got
I'm
the
gonna give
Zuko
you.
treatment.
Yeah, you can give her a help action, but it is gonna cost you 2 death saves.
Yeah. So well done. I'm just like, his whole arc is just perfect. And I love what you said, Adam, too, about how, like, sure, there's like romantic undertones between them, but just their relationship in general, and how I'm so also glad that it didn't evolve into like a romantic kiss or anything like that, because it didn't need it. It literally is perfect. It's just perfect the way it is. Like, just having someone who just understands like shame and being able to talk to somebody honestly and openly about the heavy shit that you're carrying, and then just being able to see the whole of someone, not even just like the goodness in somebody, but to see like everything that you are comprised of and be like, okay, well, I see you like this. Is this who you want to be? Make that choice. And that's just so powerful because I don't think anybody showed him that.
I think there's also a really big thing to be said. I know that there's this terrible discourse of the kids don't like, kissing and sex in movies and their stories. That's not really it. It's just that not every story of love needs to end with sex prize.
Right.
Sometimes the greatest love that you can show is the love of friendship, the love of family.
Right.
Sometimes, yes, you do want to have 2 people who struggle with loving themselves, learn to love themselves and love another, and finally be able to find their love language for another person. But this story was about a person at war with themselves, literally building a wall between half of who they are and the rest of the world. And when she finally was able to accept it, the people she needed to connect to most were her friends, were the people who she needed to love her to continue. And she was able to help somebody she had just met find their own strength in that moment. And it was because of that, perhaps there was a romantic spark there, but they were able to help each other without it having to be, and now we get to kiss as a prize.
Right.
That's a great lesson that anybody can take, is you're going to find people of, your preferred gender that you tend to romanticize with, who you love unconditionally, who you do feel like that flirtatious spark with, but it never has to go more than this person makes me feel the light that I need. And that's an important lesson for people to understand about platonic love.
I think more people need that. And I think Hannah and I are really blessed that we have a friend group where we're like, no, love each other, make it weird.
Yeah. You can love somebody and think they're hot as shit. That's cool, man.
Right.
And also, tell your friends they're hot. What's wrong with you?
Right. Like,
your friends look at hot and you're not telling them? What are you, a jerk?
Right. You need to be romancing all your friends so when they do get their significant other, they know how to be treated. I'm just throwing that out there. You need to be like romancing the shit out of your friends.
I need to call Delvin.
Yes. Yeah. You need to call Delvin right now and make it fucking weird. Be like, you know what? I love your little bald fucking head, motherfucker.
Delvin's a smoke show. Deal with it, y'all.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I love that. I love that message too.
Yep.
I mean, and it's such a beautiful message too of found family, you know?
Yes.
I mean, literally just incredible. And I think Mira's the redheaded one, right? 'Cause y'all know I don't do names.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Mira, yeah.
I love her character so much, and I need to hear more about her poor trauma and how Celine fucked them up too, because you know Celine fucked everybody up. But I love her so much because not only is she gruff, but she's always kind even when
Mm-hmm.
she's gruff. And I think that's what I love so much about her because she was always true to herself and who she was. Like she was supposed to be like this hardcore, you know, kind of like, you know, even when she sits, the way she sits in that one scene where she's always fucking just man spreading, she's just like, I love the way, like, just listen, they were just so on point with this character. But she's always like, she is blunt and she is brash, but she's like never mean. She's just true to who she is, and that was such a beautiful representation of that kind of personality. I loved that so much.
Mhm. There's a great bit towards the end when the band breaks up and all the people are getting tranced to go get their souls eaten, where Gima gets into Mira's head
Mhm.
and she says to herself, you know, you were never meant to have anybody. Like
Mhm.
you were a fool to think you could find a family.
Mhm.
And, you know, her whole storyline that we really don't get to explore in this movie is was a problem child, then I got too wild, and now that's how I'm getting paid. It's
Great line.
she left
Right.
her family. We don't really know much about it. We're really just hinted at it. And it's like, well, that's part of what makes her so defensive of her family, of her Hunter sisters, is this is all she has. And when it's taken from her, that's when the demon is able to get in. And one thing I really love about that moment, the demon speaks to everyone in their own voice. It is
Mhm.
not Gima's voice whispering in your ear. It is your own self doubt, your own imposter syndrome that is telling you you're not worth it. And it takes sometimes somebody else's voice, Rumi coming and talking to her friends and telling them the truth, where you can finally start to hear yourself.
That's huge. That's huge. And I love this.
But yeah, the sequel should absolutely be about that. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. It needs to. Needs to. Needs to.
Yeah.
Needs to. Needs to. Uh, see, it's very easy, like simple concepts, right? It's just a demon talking to you, but like the rest of us that are all like, you know, hashtag fucked up, beautifully fucked up. Let those jagged edges meet the light, y'all. Okay. Oh, you see what I did there?
Aw.
See what I did there? See what I did there? I fucking love all of you. All of you. Every single part of you. You're fucking beautiful.
Fearless and undefined.
That's right. That's fucking
Mm.
right. But I think I love that part so much as well because like I'm someone who struggles a lot with that mean girl voice. With that with and I loved it being categorized as like these demons that are in your head that literally you are constantly in this battle with that tell you all those kind of I mean and I think that's what made the how do we say the head demon's name? Starts with a G.
Rima?
Gima.
Gima, thank you. Yeah, I think that's what made Gima like so effective as well, is because he literally just preys on all the parts of you that either you or somebody else has told you are unlovable. That these are things that, you're always going to be this person, you're always going to be that mistake, you're never going to be able to have this, you're never going to be able to have that. And a shout out to anybody and everybody who has watched this movie and who has struggled with that and is able to still go forward and be the person that you want to be because nobody tells you how hard that is. Like nobody actually fucking says how difficult it is and how that is like a constant almost battle because every time you step into a new scary moment, a new thing that you want to do, even after you've done it, you could do something like 20 times and then you're getting ready to do the same thing again and that little voice will be like, not this time, you sure do. You sure
Yeah.
do. So proud of you guys. Doing awesome.
I w-
Real talk.
it's imposter syndrome. We've talked about it, just you and I, and like everybody here at Tales But Forgotten talks about imposter syndrome very openly.
Mhm.
It is something everyone feels. Every single person you have ever met in your life feels imposter syndrome. If they don't, they're a sociopath and they are running for government. So impo- it is it is vital to understand nobody knows what they're doing. Uh, trademark film joy, but
Mhm.
nobody knows what they're doing. It is it is hard to put yourself out there in any context, but especially as artists, as creators. When you find a story that you want to tell, or a painting you want to make, or a photograph you want to share, you're putting a part of yourself out into the world, and you're kind of letting it go. You can't just trust that people are going to like it. You kind of just have to see what happens.
Right.
And that's what makes it such a vulnerable place to be. That's why artists tend to really relate to every kind of other artist, because we're all sharing that same fear, that same voice that is telling you you're not worth it, you're not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And when you find something that connects with you and helps you see that if they can do it, I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
or just makes you have the courage to try it,
Yes.
then never let that go. And find the people around you. Find your own Tales of the Forgotten network. People who you can say, I don't know if this is any good. And then they say, shut up, you're amazing. Put it out there. I love it. I'm gonna buy it twice. You need to trust that your audience is out there, and you will find them, and they will love you. And more to the point, you will love yourself.
That's huge. That's huge too. I think there was something really beautiful about this movie, about Rumi making a decision that this is who I'm going to be, and I'm going to trust my friends to love and accept me if I'm honest with them, and that's huge. But she still had to make that choice first. And I say that and I stress that because it'll be a whole different conversation that I have with people later. But um, I can say that sometimes getting what you want will not make you feel better if you have not healed the parts of yourself that doubted you in the first place. And that's so fucking huge because everybody thinks that once I get to XYZ, I'm going to feel better. It's not true. That's not what's going to heal you. And I really hope that people listen and understand that, especially highly ambitious people like myself, who are always chasing, 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 wanting, 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 next thing, next thing, next thing, blah, 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 blah. If you don't sit with your demons and talk to them and bring them into the light too, they're going to come with you. And winning is not going to feel like winning. It doesn't just magically go away. And that's so fucking huge to understand. So yes, like Adam said, you're going to need people that help you see yourself in the way that you are trying to see yourself, and that's fucking huge. But I mean, that Rumi did this by herself. She I mean, not
Mhm.
just alone, but there was a core moment where, I mean, we saw her, she was ready to let Celine kill her. Like, it got dark like that. Like, she was like, you should have ended me day one, but you let this happen, so I need you to stop me because I can't. And then we go through that whole heartbreaking scene, and it's Rumi who eventually makes that choice that, you know what, I'm gonna finally trust the people that I love, that actually love all of me, to love all of me. And that's you, but she had to make that choice. So
So
you've got to have that, you've got to heal yourself first. You have to do that work, because once you reach the prize, it won't feel like that. I'm telling you, it will not.
life is not a video game with milestones. It's
Unfortunately,
like
it's
I
bullshit.
wish. Oh my god, it'd be so great. I would love to
Bro,
level up.
I
It would
guess
that's
help
what
when
me
I'm
I'm.
in
done.
every single way.
My God, right?
Also, I wish that when I bought new clothes, they gave me abilities. But I want to ask you all a question,
Mhm.
since now we're kind of delving into the lore a little bit. Do you think Celine either killed Rumi's dad or caused Rumi's mom to die?
Ooh.
Think both. I think both.
Because I think when they created their Hanmoon, I think that caused the event that led to Rumi kind of being the sole survivor, and Celine's guilt is the only reason she put up with this
Right.
half demon child, who she told herself, I'm loving the mom side. I'm loving the human side, and I'm going to suppress the demon side, and
Mhm.
that will be the way I honor her, not realizing she's making it worse.
Right. 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 If you can't love all of your
Because again,
children, let
when
them
when all
go.
of this evil was happening in, I'm not sure, I think this was Soul, but when all of this, which would be a great, like, it's Soul and he's eating souls, a little bit of a humming in there, but I
It's true.
she is also a hunter, and she's just hiding in this garden while this demon is taking over the city. Why aren't you there fighting too?
Right. Where
You
you
can't hold a
at?
sword, lady.
Right. Where you at? Where you at? You ain't help. You not helping these kids, nothing. Like, what's up? What's up with that?
She retired, she done, like
Yeah, I would actually love to see that lore, because I feel like we've got to see Celine again, because Celine has some splaining to do. And you know what? Like,
I think.
Yeah, and I don't expect Celine to like. I don't want that kind of arc for Celine. I mean, you know what? They know what the fuck they're doing. So if they write it, I'm sure it'll be brilliant. But like, yeah, Celine got some explaining to do. But I think I agree with you, Hannah, that maybe both. Because I mean, it's
Mhm.
clear,
Yeah.
that she was. I mean, we talk so much, especially our generation now, about like breaking generational trauma and where it stops, right? And Everything Everywhere All at Once did such a beautiful job of kind of like showing
Mm.
like the chain, and where like how far those things just get passed on and on and on. And I mean, it was very clear that Celine wasn't going to be the one to do it, so poor fucking Rumi had to be the one to do it. But yeah, that I feel like that absolutely needs to be explored, and absolutely, Celine probably like took one look at that demon that mom was hooking up with and was just like, absolutely not, and then probably made Rumi's mom feel like the worst fucking person for everything that
Mhm.
Mm.
happened after that. I can't imagine that trauma. That's just sad, man.
Mm.
That's Why would you even bring that in my mind, Adam? That's depressing.
I know, right? I know, right?
That's
I mean, look,
horrible.
this movie went to some dark places. The first time you see a demon eat someone's soul, it's that nice old man in the bathhouse,
Right.
and you're like, "Oh no, so this is gonna be one of those kind of movies." And then you have the train scene, and I am haunted by the train scene because to me, it represents so many different things of like our our generation and Gen Z and Gen Alpha's a public space being turned into a place of horror. And the that imagery, they didn't really linger on that imagery the way that they could have,
Right,
which I think a less deft hand would have overplayed it
right.
and really hammered home like, "You get it, you get it." And it's like, no, no, this could be viewed in many different lights, and I'm maybe seeing it in one way that nobody else is seeing it, or only a few other people are seeing it. But when I see an empty place where people used to be and cell phones and devices left on the floor, but nothing else. There is a haunting familiarity with some of the things that have happened in our modern world that, maybe we as a society should take some action against and prevent.
Mm-hmm.
But, and happens over and over again. And, we seem to be the only country that allows it to. But even beyond that, it is about how we and allowing ourselves to become so possessed by fear and hate allow everyone around us to suffer too,
Mm-hmm.
because we could be doing something not just for ourselves but for everyone
Mm-hmm.
if we would let go of some of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To your point, because it was to add more depth on top of the train scene, is a lot of Eastern filmmaking will use trains as transitions. So, like, and I'm mainly speaking from like, because I've seen like a lot more Japanese films than I have Korean, but like a lot of the times they use train scenes to be like, you're exiting this portion of your life permanently and you're about to move into something and you can't come back from it. So I thought that was interesting how they had that train scene with what happened in it too.
Oh, that adds a
Mhm.
whole new
Ooh,
level
oh,
to that
that's so
now.
good. I mean,
Oh,
Train to Busan, Snowpiercer, Koreans do love a good
Spirited
train.
Away
Oh, Spirited
as
Away,
well.
oh my god. Well, I
damn.
mean, there's
Mm.
there's a lot of like K drama, and really, I think it's just Korean storytelling. There's something a lot of Western audiences sometimes miss with Korean with Eastern style storytelling in terms of the hero's journey. It's a little bit different in terms of redemption, often is accompanied with death because it is not seen as a failure to die in Eastern storytelling. It's actually in many ways it is the fulfillment of the heroic journey is to give your life and go into that next journey, so to speak. So there is Oh, I took a class about the samurai when I was in college, and in Japanese culture, uh, failure is such an important part of storytelling that Western audiences always seem to reject. The hero has to win at the end. And in many ways, the hero failing or the hero struggling or the hero losing and dying is more important to the lesson and the journey that's being told. So Rumi essentially losing her humanity or losing that control that she used to have. Jinyu giving up his soul at the end. Um, Everyone, being so close to the end of to the literal wall of flames in front of them before finding each other and being able to fight against it. all of those things kind of blend together. I think that's why it is so successful around the world, is because it utilizes everybody's a definition of a hero's journey, and it's just so good.
And something I noticed with like the three of them, like Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, is like, and I don't know of another way to say this, but like, there's trauma for everyone because you can get like Ruby, for example, you can probably feel some kind of way about what she's gone through and be like, I've been through that. Or maybe another aspect, like, I haven't gone through that, but Mira over here I have gone through, or Zoe over here I have. Or you could just be really fucked up and get bits and pieces from all three, which I unfortunately do. Because especially with like Zoe, when her demon self was talking in her head before she got put into the trance was, and I feel this so deeply, I'm so mad about it, when it said, "You're too much and not enough." Fuck you.
Yeah, that line pissed me off because it was so good. It's one of those it's a line that you're like, "How dare you write that? That's really good.
Like, who hurt you and
You
are you
jerk."
okay for writing this?
Well, and
Hey,
all of
hey,
it is
hey! Why did
very
you
neatly
cover up the colors inside your head? Just curious.
Mm,
Just curious.
mhm.
Just curious. Just asking.
You tried to live 2 lives,
Yeah,
couldn't pick a side.
couldn't pick a side. Couldn't.
I need to find the beauty in the broken glass.
I.
Beauty in the Broken Glass is also a top-tier lyric, like
Oh my god, the whole I mean, wait, listen, the fucking amazingness of Idol, right, is then immediately followed by that because Idol's lyrics are so like Matt's like, you guys are way too deep. I can't even deal with this. Matt's like, I just
I
like
will
the
make you free
song.
when you're all a part of me.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
oof.
my god, the cleverness of it all is so good, and like the choreograph and how you're just leaning into like K-pop stereotypes and all that so good. But and then you come out with the brilliance of this is what it's like. Golden itself is beautiful, right? But Golden has to come after this is what it sounds like, right? Technically. Right. And it's so awesome that it does come before because it really highlights like the journey that they're all on where this is what they want to be, but first they really do have to deal with all this shadow shit
Like
and
a
all these
prequel song.
it really is. Like sure, we're trying to get to Golden, but first we have to kind of we have to fight the demons, literally, you know? So it's like there's just
especially when she's on that rooftop and she's trying so hard to sing these lyrics, but it's not working, and it's just giving like, you're not ready for this yet.
oh my god.
But also, Golden is in many ways, it's a lie. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of an I want song because of its place in the movie, but it's also a lie about, we are hiding. And there's that great scene where we see the pass through the green room and you see that Zoe and Mira are, getting ready together, but Rumi still has to hide herself away. We see her patterns for the first time and she says, "No more hiding," as she's pulling up her coat to hide her scars. But again, one of these amazing YouTube reaction videos, the voice that Rumi sings with when she is talking to herself and when she sings Free and when she sings This Is What It Sounds Like is less polished and less manufactured than Dun 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 and Golden because those are, and Takedown, because those are lies. Those are the version of her that she wants the world to see. That's also why, according to some interpretations, those songs are English and Korean because they are meant to be globally appealing. And when she sings just for herself, it's only in one language. And because it's for Western audiences, it's in English, but the
Right.
belief would be that this would be all in Korean.
Right. That's beautiful.
Because
That,
you don't
That's
talk to
awesome.
yourself in multiple languages. You talk to yourself in what you understand.
right. No, that's 100%. I saw a video like that too. People were talking about how when she sings the other songs, like she's a particular tonality of voice, and when she sings Golden, she's forcing it. I mean, listen, she sings it beautifully. She hits those fucking notes like there's no fucking
Yeah.
business.
It's
like
an A5, which
Right.
I don't know how many of the audience understand. A5 is nonsense. That's like Fifth Element diva singing like some crazy alien nonsense. It is such a hard note to hit, most people wouldn't even try, and it kind of sounds like she's not fully in head voice when she does it, so it's insane. The vocalist, Furumi,
Uh-huh.
was writing the songs, and she was a backup singer for a different K-pop group, and they contacted her because as a backup singer, she was a little bit easier to get a hold of than the leads. She was writing the songs and working on lyrics and sending in scratch tracks just so that they had something to hear so that they would then hire somebody else to sing. And she was doing so well. They're like, she's just use her. She's amazing. Why would we want
She
to
was a
find somebody else when
background
we got
singer?
her? Like I'm taking a lot of like interviews and stuff and mixing them, so I'm hoping I'm getting all the facts right. But yes, like she basically wrote her ticket and is so and now look at her. Now look at all of them. All of them are blowing up. They're gonna be Grammy and Oscar award winning singers.
She was
She can sing like that, and you had her. Who was the lead singer?
I know, right?
Like what the?
Right?
Who the fuck? Like who the
Well,
fuck was the lead singer that you the backup? Was it
so
Whitney Houston? Like what the fuck are we talking about right now?
to get back at like the law of K-pop as an industry, we're about old enough to remember the boy band industry and
Sure.
the girl band industry
Yeah.
of the 90s, where it was kind of a mill. There were companies that were producing, basically slamming kids together and being like, now you're a band and you're this character and you're this character. Korean K-pop schools exist where you apply to be in the school, and then if you graduate, you are put into a band, and there's like you're basically controlled. There is so much like of that same toxic mentality that existed in 90s boy bands that exists in this industry too. And there's way more information than I know out there for people to find out, and it makes you feel sad, but also people are breaking out of it, and that's great. But yes, just you might go to a school and you might have a better voice than someone, but because you don't have that it factor, you don't look the right way, or you're not meeting the need of that particular moment, that you end up a backup singer, even though you got pipes. My goodness.
That's
that's wild.
I love that. But you know what? I love everybody on this team because I love that she was sending them in stuff and they were like, Tio, give her the job. I love that. So I
Yep.
love that they were not like, oh, let's find somebody else. They were just like, hang on, hang on,
Yep.
hang on, hang on. What am I listening to right now?
Yeah. How about we just use this and then take over the world?
Mm-hmm.
Literally. So now, was there a vocalist for all the girls? Did they all somebody else?
I believe each one had a different vocalist. Even though the person who did Genu, he actually can sing very well. He sang that "Will You Let the Fire Go Out" song, but then they had a separate vocalist for his Saja Boy singing.
Mhm.
I think a part of it was they wanted him to sound like a boy band, and his voice is a little bit more raspy, a little bit not raspy, but a little bit more like unpolished.
Got
It's
it.
still beautiful. He's a great singer, but the person they got to be Soda Pop it sounds like bubblegum Korean pop. It sounds like BTS back in their bubblegum phase, which is what they needed.
Right.
But like
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to find triple threats these days. People who can sing and act and
Right.
dance and everything else. A lot of K-pop stars are at the very minimum they're double threats because their dancing is incredible.
Right.
Like that's half of the fun of a K-pop band is their dance moves are sick. But yeah, I think they wanted to go with a particular vibe for the music that they were doing. The band that they based Huntrix off of was Twice, which they also took a lot from Blackpink. You can definitely hear it in the musicality, the melody that they use for a lot of their Huntrix songs.
Mm-hmm.
But like the band that really like did a lot of the work building their songs was Twice,
Gotcha.
which is a great Korean band.
Love that. Love that. We'll just sit here and talk about this movie for the next 2 hours. Just let everybody know that we won't stop. We won't stop. So you know what? Let's do some
And
final.
Simone Biles.
And Simone Biles, who is fucking incredible, and I hope wins everything.
Do we want to add the Williams sisters into this? We can talk about them for a minute.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. We can listen. We'll
A grand slam while pregnant? Yes, please.
How? Just fucking how?
What are you? What are you even doing?
Right. And just shout out to Simone Biles for being like, hey, I'm gonna handle my mental health, and then I'm gonna come back and slay.
Also,
Yeah,
speaking of like freak acts of human talent, while we're on this subject too,
Mhm.
Encanto. Mirabelle, one of her solos, she recorded while she was in labor.
Yep. Yep. Stephanie Beatriz
Yeah,
from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
like man,
People
Rules.
are fucking
What? Yeah. While in labor,
labor.
did that.
I like stubbed
Showed
my
up,
toe
did it, and
yesterday
then
and was
left.
out of the couch
I-
for like a week. Like I can't like
Yeah.
fucking like what? What?
If I've got a small cold, I'm very upset that I have to go to work.
Right.
And she was in labor. A human being was going like, "Hey, come on, it's time."
Right.
Kicking her in the spine and bladder
Right, literally.
like a
She's like,
jerk. Like, come on, baby, stop being a jerk.
just like, hang on, let me just go record this song real quick and then push out a baby. Like that's what? What are
Stephanie,
you?
can
say
you
that
do
you
another
would've
one,
paid, got to
please?
go
Oh, I
viral.
can't. It's crowning.
That's wild. Yeah, another great movie about breaking generational trauma though, actually.
Yep.
Encanto's
Oh, wow.
fucking great.
Wow, right?
Wow, Encanto, fucking great.
Pressure. Oh my God, that pressure song gets me every time.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so good. So good, so good. All right, final thoughts about K-pop Demon Hunters. Anything that we haven't covered that you want to talk about, that you want to give love on? I feel like we didn't talk about Zoe enough, who is an incredible character, and we just, yeah, so I am just a gently nervous because sequels always make me nervous when the first one was so fucking good. But Aliens is
It's true.
perfect, so I know that this is
know.
just gonna go the route of Aliens and also just be perfect. And then we can just be like, well, we've got two movies that are just fucking incredible, so we can just argue not really about like why they're both incredible. But final thoughts, everybody. What do you got?
My only concern about sequels is they really made every song so, so good that the sophomore effort, there's no chance that they have that level of success again, unless, they somehow catch lightning in a bottle twice, which is very rare. I'm expecting there to be just some sad dialogue about that, even though everyone's still going to try their best, a la Frozen 2, where if you remember, there were some good songs and there were some great songs in Frozen 1, and then Frozen 2 just didn't quite reach that level of thing. So everyone's like, oh, they just lost their touch. It's like, no, everyone still tried so hard to make them amazing. It's just really hard when you get a global sensation to ever match that energy.
Right.
And I also hope that they don't lose the hope and the heart that they really put into this. I hope that they maintain the heart of this story and allowing that vulnerability to stay true, even though you could easily not do it. Let the characters stay at this level of growth and get a new challenge rather than let's try to pull them back to where they were so we can just do it over again.
Right. Right. Yeah, I really, I didn't even bother with Frozen 2 because Disney sequels normally just fucking suck. So I didn't even.
No, they're bad.
I was just, yeah, I just
It-
tapped out. I wasn't even gonna.
It
Bother.
had a lot to say about colonialism that it got 90% of the way there and then stopped.
Shocked.
Like it was so close to a message where you would have been like, "Really, Disney? I am impressed." And then it ends and you go, "Oh wait. Oh, I see what you did."
Oh,
Okay.
that tracks.
Okay.
That tracks. Almost there, but not quite. Yeah.
So it's like we're really sad, but we're not going to lose anything because of it, right? Right? Okay. Could have been one of their bravest movie moments.
Sure.
I'm just going to say it. Arendelle should have been destroyed. Arendelle should have been destroyed. It would have meant so much
Oh, wow.
if they had let it happen.
Oh,
They should have let
wow.
that whole city get wiped out, and it would have made that movie end on such a powerful moment of, in order to really reckon with sins of the past, you have to face the consequences.
Yes.
And then you have to rebuild together.
Yes.
But they didn't do that. They just magicked their way into, it's okay though. We get to keep all this stuff, right? It's okay. Yeah.
Unsurprised.
finale.
Unsurprised at all.
Not
That's
that
why I
movies
was
have
like-
messages.
Yeah, no. That's why I was like, I'm always surprised when movies like Encanto and K-pop Demon Hunters come out. When they actually, because it feels like they've been, because so much of movie making, so many movies, we can all speak to this, movies that we've loved that have these beautiful messages that get ruined somewhere. Because and you see it and you know that there was something there, and you wish to God that you could get your hands on the script or talk to somebody who did it right, because you know that at some point some motherfucker in a suit was like, we're gonna cut that. we're gonna not put that in the movie, you know. And so like this one was just so beautiful and honest about the message. I guess because it spoke to like personal trauma, it was fine. And then Kanto spoke to like generational trauma as well. And I also feel like with both of these movies, I don't think that when they got released there was an expectation of how well they would do. I mean, we
No.
know for certain that
Well-
nobody thought K-pop Demon Hunters was gonna blow up the way it did.
Yeah,
We know
they
that.
literally just threw it away, basically.
Yeah, we know that. And hilariously, like I read some stuff too that like somebody was. I mean, there's a lot of talk about how Sony just like fucked this one up, but apparently like Sony did some like early like testing or whatever, and like. But their testing revolved around like asking a bunch of people, "Hey, if I released a movie called K-pop Demon Hunters, what do you think?" And that's all they said. It wasn't like they were just like, "Here's the title." And if like Adam came to me and was just like, "Yo, dog, K-pop Demon Hunters," I'd have been like, "Okay, say more," right? Like I would have had questions. Like I've never tell. I would just be like, "I like say more." Like so, if you're just asking a random Bob off the street, like, "Hey, do you like this title?" Bob's not gonna say yes. This is the weirdest fucking title ever. Let's just be. I love it, but it's like K-pop Demon Hunters. Who in their right mind is gonna think that works? Nobody. Like you're not betting on that. Like you're not going.
And yet.
Right, you're not. Like you're not. So like that's a weird way to like judge a movie. Like we asked some people about the title and they were like, "Nah." So like.
Yep.
But so yeah, that's also why I'm like because now like Sony and Netflix are having conversations and like Sony's like, "Oh, now we're in." That's it's ours, right?
Oh.
So if you want to make
you want to
another
make more
one,
money?
yeah, you got to talk to us
So-
first. So, but I just hope
I
that
mean-
like they don't touch it. Like let them cook,
Yeah.
and you just fuck off.
They put this in theaters for one weekend. It became the #1 movie in America, like
Yeah.
on a sing along gimmick, like which by the way was awesome. Like it's people are craving. People are just clawing at the walls for this type of storytelling.
Yes.
Let artists do art.
Literally, this is what happens when people in suits fuck off. Like that's literally when people who don't know fuck all about storytelling and making movies and art like this, when they are not involved, you get things like this. So
This is what it sounds like.
This is what it's. Just don't play the shit you don't know about, and don't like this is literally so. Yeah, you're right, Adam. It literally it's such a gem, and but you know what? I think they can do it too because and I know it's like two different genres, but there have been sequels that have just been as good as what came before it, right? So that it has been done. It absolutely has been done. So I mean, and listen, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes because I'd be breathing into a fucking bag right now. Because listen, we dropped episode 2 of Legacy, and I was like, well, I don't fucking know how we're gonna beat that. I was like, damn, I guess I should have said it because I have no fucking so I don't envy any of the creative team going in to write the second one. Like I'd have been like, I gotta go on vacay. I don't know. I can't handle the stress. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm gonna go to the bathhouse.
Right. Go to the bathhouse and just cry. But final thoughts. Any final thoughts about this amazing movie?
My final thoughts kind of go back to what Matthew was actually saying about how when he watched it, he had like those really big, warm, and fuzzies with almost like a Disney-like feeling for your inner child, right? I'm also gonna say that it gave me that too, because I haven't had that in so long. Because I think the last time I felt that sensation was when Moana came out, and then never again.
Right.
It never came back again. So like when this showed up with how well it was, it also gave me like the whoa, cinema is so great. I love art, but also warm fuzzies. Oh my god, finally.
Yeah.
So if you want to feel something again
in a world that is very dark, watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
That's a winner chicken dinner right there. Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I think I think the last time that I was geeking out about something being so cleverly written was Agatha All Along. and it was
Ooh.
the tarot episode when you realized that all her visions were coming together in this beautiful way, and you were just like, oh god, that's another writer's room that I just want to fucking, how do I just get in here and just soak up all this incredible energy? um there's just it there is such brilliance to art when you let artists cook, and it's just such a joy and pleasure. So I mean, hey, animation is incredible. Pay animators. Stop shitting on
Hey,
animators. Pay them and let them do their shit, okay? Just let them. Like,
also give them time to do their
yes,
shit.
my God, what did this take?
Yes.
Like 4 years to do?
It was yeah, we're gonna be waiting for a sequel
Mhm.
for a minute, but you
Yeah,
can see it.
yeah,
There's subtle
Mhm.
animations. There's things that you don't need to do to tell the story that you do because it makes the world better.
yes,
Because it lets you make a character breathing. Like there's something called a walk cycle. Very basic. When a character walks, how do they walk? How does their body move? It's very easy once you've made one for a female character, one for a masked character to just recycle it. But they didn't. They gave each of the hero characters unique movement that was personality based. Things like that take time, and time takes money. Pay animators and don't make them kill themselves to get it done, and
right,
you're gonna get magic.
right. People will wait 4 years for another K-pop Demon Hunters. And anybody who tells you differently is a lying ass liar. How long did you wait for that fucking game, babe? That they dropped that trailer that, hey, we're making it. Hadn't it been like 30 fucking years or some shit?
Okami, it's been almost damn near 20 years.
But one day we will get our sparkly dog again.
Right, right. And
The reacting videos and me as well when they dropped that, because you could see that. I know this is not related to what we're talking about, but I'm gonna talk about it.
do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I love this game so fucking much. It's so much. It was on the PS2 era, right? And like it was definitely a one and done, or at least we thought, type of thing. And we just all thought we'd never see it again, basically. So like damn near 20 years later, and you watch all the reaction videos for this teaser, you see like, because as it plays, it starts off kind of like a dark environment, right? So you're watching and the people are watching, and like you pick up small elements of this teaser that you're like, huh, that's familiar. Then you're watching and you're like, huh. And then like the gears start turning like, do I know what this is? And then there's a new phase of denial. No, it's not. It's not this. It's not
Yeah.
this. And when it continues and you see the big thing, and if you know, it's when the flames erupt and you see the rosary, that's when people start breaking down and sobbing because it's right there. And that was pretty much me. So Crystal can tell you when that trailer dropped, I was sobbing in my chair.
Literally, like,
I
oh my
was
God, what's
sobbing
wrong?
so bad. So, and like I was looking up all the reactions, and everyone who also played it back in the day were also sobbing, and I felt so seen. And then Twitter was like, the world is actually healing. We got the game back, we got the director back, we got the company back.
When you make something special, people will wait. That needs
all
to
the
be a
people
lesson. They
all
will
the
wait.
people that crawled out of the shadows in their little hobbit holes that never once saw the sun again, that were just coming out of the woodwork like, oh my god.
Like, and I'm not even in it, but my Twitter, when I was on Twitter, I'm not on Twitter anymore, but like blew the fuck up. There was not one Twitter that somebody was like, why the fuck did it take 20 years? People were just like, oh my God, it's here, it's coming,
We
I can't
never
wait.
thought this would even be a thing.
Right.
We thought it was because we love it so much, because they did leave one thing open to give you like something to wonder about. Basically, it wasn't a completely wrapped thing.
Sure.
But everyone basically just saw it as a one and done, like a beautiful story that we'll probably never see again. And that was basically true, because Clover Studios went under because fuck Capcom. But
Fuck Capcom.
damn near 20 years later, suddenly it's here with the same director. The company is back. A lot of the staff from damn near 20 years ago came back to work on it. And I'm just, I love it so much.
Moral of the story is people will wait for the good thing. Don't rush them.
I
Listen,
will talk about
listen.
Okami forever.
We'll do a whole podcast on it. We will wait however long it takes for K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Okay, just get it right. That's all we want. Just get it right. Get it right. And nobody in no fucking suit gets to make no damn decision. Okay, you just let them
Mhm.
keep doing what they doing. That's it.
Let them cook.
Please let them cook. God, let them cook. Don't fuck this up.
Mm.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. You are fucking amazing. I am Crystal. I am the co-founder of the Tales of the Forgotten Fiction Network. We make fiction podcasts. I also make amazing podcasts like this where I just geek out with my wife and our incredible friends and voice actors and people who are a part of our community. You can learn more about me by going to crystalimagination.com. If you have been enjoying this podcast, you can go to Ko-Fi, Crystal and Hannah, and support us. We would love that. Tell all your friends about us because we're going to be talking about more stuff. Hannah and I have like a list of shit that we need to be talking about that we haven't talked about. So we get to it when we get to it, okay? We're not like the first that like I still got to talk about Thunderbolts. We got to talk about Sinners. There's some other shit we got to talk about. I know.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm around if you
Yes.
need.
Yeah, no, we listen. When we talk about fucking cinema and cooking, Sinners, y'all. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Mm-mm-mm.
How
Look,
the
Kugler is better at this than a lot of people.
really is really
Mhm.
we need to watch it again, but so there's just in a
Yes.
vampire movie, why is
Mm.
there all that in a
Well,
fucking vampire movie? Do you
that's.
know how
I
much I
think the thing
learned?
is,
So
it's
much.
it's it's a story about the Black experience in that period in America, and also there are vampires, and that's what makes it such a good movie.
So good,
It's so good.
bro. Anyway,
Mm,
yeah, we gotta talk
mm.
about that Thunderbolts. I
We'll
still
talk about that. We'll talk
yeah,
about it.
we'll talk about it. We'll bring Adam back. We'll talk about it. We'll get JV and Tara. We'll talk about it. We'll have a whole big round
Oh,
table.
yeah.
We'll fucking talk about it. It'll
Yeah.
be great. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Adam, tell everybody where they can find you. Then Hannah, you go, and then we're getting the fuck out of here.
You can find me at social media at Officer Mancorn on all the socials, except for Instagram, which is at Adam Kornman. Don't ask me why I messed things up. Also, if you are in Los Angeles, come out to Burbank Pride, September 28th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., because the Great Age of Sail, the queer pirate musical you never knew you needed, is gonna be there. And we've got some special announcements.
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. Babe, tell everybody about you and the beautiful brain that you have.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Well, Pixel or Hannah, I co-own Tales with my beautiful, gorgeous, lovely partner Crystal, who's sitting right there, and I love her cheekbones. I do sound design. I'm
Right.
also a big language learning enthusiast and everything. I'm also a professional in patience because I waited 18 years for Okami, waited 15 for Kingdom Hearts 3. I will wait 4 years for K-pop Demon Hunters.
Two. We will wait. We're fine. I'm busy. We got shit to do. I got a lot of stuff to put out. Love that. All
Plenty of
right.
things to watch, plenty of things to do. We're ready. It's fine.
Yeah, all right. I'll be back to streaming soon. We got some tabletop shows to be streaming over on the Tales Network. I'm gonna get back to playing some FMV, so make sure you're dropping us a follow everywhere, all that good stuff. And hey, love your friends, make it weird, go to therapy, heal your trauma, sing along to all these beautiful songs. Okay, we love you. We'll talk to you next time. We're just gonna get out of here. Bye, everybody. Bye.